they wear out. 2 of those will pay for 1 pair of these. And these won't wear out. I mean, they will, but not as nearly as fast as those.
When we get to cutting on this car, be really careful. We'll show you guys how to make cuts in the most safe way possible, so we're not going to get caught on a B post or an A post. But if you take one A post that's sticking up to the neck or something like that, we're in kind of a big problem. So really pay attention to where your stuff's at. It's really important to have your gear on and stuff when you're up here by it. If you cut something off and not everybody's aware of it, or you see you're having to move a patient around it or whatever, cover it with your hands, cover it with your gear. Let everybody know it's there. Patient care is obviously our number one. Extrication type situations, we talked about EMS and PD can't do shit for this. Typically EMS, we're putting them in the situation to hopefully take care of the patient while we're working. But we have to be focused on extrication because we're the only ones that can make that happen. So sometimes they'll start interventions while we're doing extrication. And if we can do that, that's great. That kind of gets them started down the path that they need to be on, gets a couple of their check boxes done before they get in the truck or on the aircraft or whatever. So you kind of thinking about that and take yourself, we have to assess the patient, know where they're at. That kind of gives us, what speed do we need to be operating at here, how much time do we have, considerations for an aircraft or not. We're not that far from a hospital, so if we're on the south side of the district, and we've got a 50-minute extrication, like it's not about the distance to the hospital, it's about how long were they stuck in a car and they're about to die, so when they get out, they need to get to the hospital fast. So those are all things to consider. So first thing we're going to do is talk about a couple of ways to pop a window. That's everybody's favorite part. They want to take a Halligan and baseball swing it through a window. Number one thing is patient consideration. So if your patient has a bleed, whether it's inside or outside, we don't know that because we're out here in the field, and then you baseball swing a Halligan through the window and their blood pressure goes through the roof and they're already bleeding internally. That is not very conducive to life. So we try to do everything we can to keep that patient calm, keep them comfortable. We'll talk to them. If EMS isn't there yet, we'll put one of our guys in there with them, and they're kind of like the patient advocate, so they can kind of watch. Are they safe? Are we doing things that are safe? Is that sawzall getting too close to their arm? Important stuff like that. So they'll kind of be the communicator between the patient and us. And hey, this is what we're doing. It's about to get loud. We're going to cover you up so you don't get glass on you. Those kind of things. So be cognizant of what's going on with your patient because they don't have any idea about any of this. Still is going to start us out with some different ways to take glass. Different types of windows on cars. Where's your laminated glass? Yeah, front windshield's laminated, so it's got essentially a piece of glass on either side, and in the middle it's got a really clear plastic. It's not going to break. It'll keep it all together. What do you call the side windows and the back glass? Tippers. So that means as soon as you hit it, the whole entire thing is going to fall out. So be ready for that. Maybe you get my glasses. What changes? Tempered glass and kind of makes it laminate.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at this car, it might honestly have a little bit of tempering on.
It's probably got 10 or
It's 535.
He's going to show you a couple of different ways. We'll get started on that. We're going to roll right into purchase points. How to make those with manual tools, how to make them with extrication tools. Give you a couple of different options and kind of show you what our goals are here. This is kind of like forcible entry in a way that we want to be efficient. So we don't want to make a whole bunch of moves. We don't want to move tools around 52 times. We want to do it the first time and make it to where, hey, we're popping the door with one pull, all those kind of things, because that's what's best for the patient. So it's not a hurry up and go as fast as you possibly can. It's make really concise, tactical decisions and get it right the first time.
Alright, so when we're breaking glass, the fastest way to do that is with a window punch. Who carries one? Nobody? Alright. Yeah, what you say? Alright. You got one? Okay. So, most of the time we don't have a window punch with us. Nobody carries them. So, a really quick way to do, tool we have at every extrication, is just like said, the last thing we want to do is baseball swing this. You have somebody in there and you swing this at it, that's you. So, quick and easy way. Right there. Now someone just pop it down. Bam. You can do that to every window. They see him.
Down, you know, do it.
Yep.
Off this window. Just slide it down there. You have to rock it just a little bit. Put it down in there all the way down. And we'll just pop it down and it'll break the glass. For those that do actually, slide it all the way down. You have to kind of go fast. Sometimes you can just pop it hard. Pop
It
it.
does, it does. Windows are always weaker on the edges, so keep that in mind if you're using a window punch. Like go to the high corner, go to the low corner, but get closer to the edge.
So, one thing we found when doing this is if you don't really pop it, bury this thing in here, and pop it fast, it'll do that, it'll pull the door apart. So, when you do it, go down, quick and hard. See? And it'll pop the glass instead of ripping the door apart. If you just push them down, a lot of times it will pry the door apart. Window punch, I carry one of these all the time. Very easy. Doesn't take much. Flick of the wrist, knock the hole in it. So window punches are great, but that right there is something that we always have with us. Super fast and easy. Don't baseball swing it.
If you want to look like an idiot, take that to the other side and go try to knock one of those windows out and swing it in. Glass is,
I want guys that haven't popped it this way to take all four.
glass is extremely strong unless you put it in a point where it's vulnerable, which is
If you
a
haven't taken a window this way, please do. Learn how to do this because it's way more efficient. All the way down. Try to work it all the way down. Now, pretty hard.
Priority.
Alright, so from
Now, if somebody wants to baseball swing that little window, you can.
Dibs.
That's right.
Dibs.
Anybody else but Terry?
Yeah, I said dibs. No one called dibs.
Alright, so let's kind of walk through. We're going to start just kind of baby steps because we got several new guys who haven't done this training that often. So let's start with just a couple of door pops. When it gets to a point that what we're doing requires immediate vehicle removal, we'll kind of stop and we'll work through that because that's a different process and there's several ways to skin that cat. So we'll talk about it. Anytime that we're working in extrication period and we're going to make steps, what are some things that we don't know about before we train?
Airbag location.
Airbag. So knowing that this is a BMW rental car with a 6-star seat, probably got airbag everywhere. It's got it on the side of the seats. It's got a side curtain all the way to the top of the window. Passenger side they have a airbag down low. It's turned out to high. What about that?
Dylan B. Dylan B.
Your B pillar and your C pillar that might have gas to stay charged.
So first thing, let's get over here. We're gonna pop this driver door. So once we pop that driver door, then we'll kind of show you the deal we need. We're not really cutting anything structural when we're popping the door. So purchase points. So we've kind of selectively busted up this car. There are several ways to skin this cat as well. So in a car wreck, obviously, it's probably going to be more couple of different ways to make a purchase point. You have a really good place to get your tool tips in right now. Maybe. What are some ways that we can make a good purchase point that we can do prior to, so we know, hey, I've got a couple guys grabbing the tools. You can maybe run grab a Halligan bar and make you a purchase point. So I'll let you show them how to do that with a Halligan bar.
Insert it. So we were talking about yesterday with crushing. The training prop doesn't do a good job at getting that's what's going to be more on gold.
So another way to do that is
Engine 12, 6
we're all about
2350 West
combination tools, right? So another way to do
2315
this is we
West
don't have a
Engine
hole like
Circle,
that.
Cross Street,
So
West
we know the
Allentown.
structure, like we know there's a little lip right here where it closes. We know the structure of the door is probably right there. You'll even in from that a little bit where you can really see it to bend. You can make you a point right there. And you can grab it. You can kind of manipulate that really fast. That's a quick way to do it. You're by yourself. You're waiting on everybody else or whatever. That's the stuff you need to do. But where is the major push on this door? Kind of identify your weight marks. Just like in a house on 4th floor. Door handle. That's where that latching mechanism or latches in there.
I know Donna's wanting to show them
What you really want to make sure you can see on this side, see right here at the top, see where that door skin is going to pop off. So this right here is the door skin, and the bottom part is the door structure. The way, like from the factory, there's like adhesive right there, and they roll the edge of the door skin over the top of that. So whenever you start doing extrication, you want to keep all that stuff together. If at any point the outside of your tool starts pulling on that door skin and popping it off, you just made this a whole lot harder to be able to get that off at one piece. So those are some things to keep in mind. Is watch your structure as you're popping that door skin. So whoever wants to start knocking, if you want to grab it, we want to try to bury those tips in there as far as you can get it. Both wheels. Yep. Yep. And if you need to like, if you need to get it just a little bit, and if you feel like you can bury it in a little bit better, then open it up just a touch. There you go. Work your way in there. And once you feel like you have a good bite, the key to this is once you have a bite, just let it in your grip. If you adjust 56 different times, you're going to feel that door skin. So these have pretty aggressive teeth on them. And once they bite into that surface, then they're really going to go. So another thing you need to focus on is control of the door. Those tools are strong enough to really throw that door open. So have somebody ready, be over here, be out of the swing of the door, be ready for it. You can, like in real life, like in Russell, I can throw it and try to do it. For something that takes extra time, you're going to be What's nice about that is all it took was getting into that muscle structure and then pop it. So you're not necessarily trying to pry the door out, you're trying to get the latch and the later bolt apart like that. So alright, so that's good access there. Some wrecks, if they're, they jacked up your A-post over here pretty good, you only get like this much. So from in there, let's go ahead and pop this door off. So leave your threaders in there and then pop those hinges. This is where you're gonna want to wash these doors. Channel lock has a rescue series. It's pretty good. It also has like a gas shut off tool and a side of the wrench that is actually used for those types of stuff. So that's kind of cool. So those are out there. Alright, so now we got really good access to our basic.
Did score.
Did.
Seen it first.
Yep, he did. He did see it. But you didn't call dibs.
Alright, who's next?
Well, same thing on this one. Like, keep going right to it because the hinges are open. Why not? At some point, those skills will bring almost yeah, it's really good to be right above the right door.
You got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's your broke.
I thought you were going to be on like you got it.
Got it.
May not work because the doors are disintegrated. If you decide to go inside first on these doors, you get the door as straight as you can get it, and pull this. Like if the door wasn't fucked up, this is what you back out of. So you can use the door handle and just unlatch the hater bolt, and then you don't ever have to do anything on the side of the door and just fall off.
A lot of times the reason it won't come open is because it's jammed back. But once you relieve the pressure on these hinges, you take that pressure off that later.
So